Mic check. One, two. That's not the right screen. Here's the right screen. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another daily live stream. How's it going, everyone? How we doing today? October 16th. We're more than halfway through this month. Have you all figured out what you're going to be dressing up for as Halloween yet? Any of you dressing up for Halloween? Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be this year, but that's okay. I have other plans, like moving out of the country. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. Welcome to another accountability live stream. If you're new here and you're wondering, what's an accountability live stream? What is this about? This is literally where I share with you my journey 711 days later. 711. I've been on this journey for quite some time, and part of my success is my accountability, being able to share the good and the bad. And that's exactly what this live stream is about. So whether I'm doing well or I'm struggling, I want to make sure that I am accountable for it. And this is one of the best ways that I can do it. But this is also an opportunity for you. If you're new here, if you're a lurker and you've been around for a while, this is an opportunity for you to share your journey with the rest of us, me included. I go through the comments, I read through it, I read through chat. I will pop people's comments or chat up here so we can have a discussion and we can share. So even though I'm here to share my accountability, this is an opportunity for you to share yours as well, the good and the bad. Listen, we can show up for ourselves when we're doing well. And we can shout it from the rooftops of how well we're doing. And that's great. And I love that for all of us. That's what I want for all of us. But when you're struggling, when you're having a hard time, can you still show up for yourself on those days? And I feel that for many of us, we can do the easy part, which is push hard. And I'm not saying pushing hard is the easy part. I'm not saying fasting for multiple days is the easy part. I'm saying sharing those victories is easier than sharing the struggles. And I do believe that if you are that person who is struggling and you can't show up for yourself and you resort to overeating, you resort to throwing the day away, this is your opportunity to change things around and see if there's something you can do differently than viciously going through the cycle of all or nothing, starting today and then you're not able to make it, so then you start over. But in between that time, you are performing bad, unhealthy, toxic habits. Every day counts. That's literally the title of this live stream today. Every day counts. Even the bad days count. You think I've been doing this for 711 days? Pure perfection? Of course not. I've also learned that when I slip, when I struggle, when I stumble, when I feel like I don't want to show up, to me, it's the most opportune time to show up. That's where I really have to push hard. So think about it like this. Fasting 3 days, 4 days is an extremely hard thing to do for many of us. Fasting for 7 days, fasting for a month, fasting for longer than that, extremely difficult. But is it harder when you're struggling and you don't want to show up for yourself? Is it harder to admit when you are having a bad day and you find yourself stress eating, overeating, binging? Have you ever done anything hard like that before where you are struggling and you don't show up for yourself? Have you been able to pick yourself back up? Have you been able to stop throwing away the day? Because maybe that's the actual harder part. than just pushing along fast, than just eating the cleanest. Maybe the harder part for you is actually showing up when you're struggling, when you actually need to have a conversation. And that's exactly what this live stream is about. It's what it's for, amongst other things. Before I continue on, let me say hi to everyone here in chat. Elmadas, Ian, Maggie, May, hello, hello. Who else is in here? Tommy's in here. GYSD is in here as well. Hello. Deja, how's it going? Happy Bunny, nice to see you. Peace to all. Miss Peaceful One, hello, hello. Kevin is in here. For the Good, Shauna's in here. Did I say hi, Shauna? I can't. There's so many names. Aisha, hello. Steph, what's going on? All right, I'm scrolling down. Willis, Randall, hello. Babita, nice to see you. Elmadas, did I say hi? Either way, hello again, Elmadas, if I didn't say hi earlier. Mandla, nice to see you. Did I say Willis? But hi, Willis. Hey, back to you. Margaret from Facebook, it's nice to see you. Welcome. Cave Betters, hello. So many regulars. I love it. Lynn, I see you in there in chat. How's it going? Is that everyone? That might be everyone. Steph is in here. Steph says, boom, I'm back, baby. How's it going, Steph? Nice to see you. Aqua Plants, I see you in here. Cap Rising, hello, hello. Megan, hi. Greg, hello. Tanya, how's it going? Sharika, nice to see you. Melly Mel, welcome. Elle, I see you as well. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Happy October 16th. It's nice and sunny today, or it was sunny earlier. I mean, I'm in this small closet of an office with no windows, so I have no idea if it's still sunny out here in Chicago, but it was a nicer day earlier, so I'll take it. Before I can even continue, well, I see Sid in here. Sid, how's it going? Nice to see you. D'Angelo, nice to see you as well. Welcome, everyone. I can't even continue because Uncle Reggie just gifted 5 memberships to the Finally Fasting fam. If any of you just got gifted a membership, please thank Uncle Reggie, because Uncle Reggie has been gifting donations. Elle has been doing that too. But Uncle Reggie, thank you for the support as always. I appreciate you. Thank you for gifting 5 donations. If you are a member, you can use this F emoji. Can we throw some Fs up in the chat for Uncle Reggie? Or maybe we can throw the clock one up here, or whatever other emoji I put up there. Uncle Reggie, thank you for the support. Thank you for donating 5 additional memberships. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to scroll back up here. And like I said, this is an accountability live stream. This is your opportunity to share your accountability. And I'm going to take some time and we're going to go through some of this. And you'll see how this works if you're new here, because many people are sharing their accountability. Ian says, another 21-hour fast completed earlier. I've lost exactly 5 pounds so far this month. Ian, congratulations on being 5 pounds down halfway through the month. That's amazing. And I will always point these out. When Ian talks about doing a 21-hour fast, some people might be like, well, that isn't long enough. To you? Okay. But this is a reminder that fasting for 20 hours, even 16 hours, is still a huge win. It's still something to mark down, because it's also an opportunity for Ian to build good habits. It's an opportunity for Ian to eat better because the fast is shorter and is eating every day. But Ian's also getting great progress, losing 5 pounds. And then I still know where the mindset goes for some people. Yeah, but maybe Ian just started and he just lost that initial. And isn't that a win? It isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about the mindset that Ian's putting himself through, saying, I can do this every day. I am willing to work on myself and be accountable and be transparent. So for many people who might be thinking whatever, at the same time, are you even showing up? Are you even sharing your story? Because this is huge. So Ian, I love that for you. Congrats on getting a 20. I don't know why I'm so used to folding my hands and saying thank you, but Ian, congrats on completing another fast. Thank you for sharing your story with us, and congrats on being down 5 pounds this month. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Maggie says, hello, everyone. The stress has gotten to me. I broke my fast and will be doing OMAD until everything gets settled down. Still managed to drop 1.6 pounds this morning, which is still a huge win. And okay, so as far as Maggie, I'm sorry that the stress is getting to you and that you find yourself breaking, but hopefully you still have the opportunity to break and make a mindful decision, or at least some mindful decisions. And even if it doesn't go that way, don't be so hard on yourself. You're going through something right now, and hopefully as that time passes, you'll get yourself right back on it. At the same time, if you are breaking because you're stressed out, at least you're aware of it. At least you are owning up to it, instead of just saying, well, whatever, I'm stressed, so just time to eat and eat whatever. It takes a lot to share this publicly. And at the same time, even as I see this, you're still down in weight. You're still moving forward. And remember, progress doesn't just mean that the scale is going to keep going down, 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 down. Progress is still having the scale go up and down and up and down and learning your way through it, continuing on your journey. Why? Because every day matters. Every day matters. If you can be aware, if you can be accountable, every day matters. It's a waste of time throwing away the day and resorting to your bad habits. And if you're thinking, well, what if I just binge that day, but I'm aware of it? Yes, that's exactly the point. Even if you're binging, even if you're overeating, even if you're performing bad habits, yes, because being aware is the first step. Admitting that like this shit is happening and it's real is the first step. Because like me, when I would fall into my bad habits, when I would binge, I wouldn't show up for myself at all. I would throw away the day and then just hide and lock myself in my apartment. Or I would hide everything I ate from other people. I would not be transparent about it. I would not think twice about it. I would forget about everything I ate the night before. It's that kind of behavior. It's that kind of all or nothing thinking that was so detrimental to me. Maggie, thank you for sharing with us. And I hope that things continue to get better for you along the way. So please continue to keep us posted, because you've had so much success. I hope you're not beating yourself up. And to me, to know that you're doing OMAD and still pushing on, I know that you're looking forward, that you know that there's still an eye on the prize in what you're doing. So proud of you for sharing. Thank you for doing that. Tommy, what's going on, Tommy? What's up, J. Rome and my fasting peeps? I used to have people call me that back in the day. Tommy says, with all the back and forth with my son, your boy fell asleep last night during his eating window. So I woke up at midnight. I ate my sub and chips. It was slamming. Tommy, thank you for sharing with us as well. Tommy has shared over the last couple of days with his son being hospitalized, but I know that things are better, which we're all very thankful and appreciate you sharing that with us as well. Tommy also says, I finished and hit my timer at 12:30. So you had a 30-minute refeed. If anything, you probably just pushed your fast longer if you fell asleep. And I've been fasting ever since. I've realized stuff happens. It's okay. Thanks, Jerome. You've changed my life. Hashtag, I mean, it was slamming. I figured that's what you meant. Tommy, I'm so glad that I can have that impact on you. And I hope you see it with everyone in here in chat as well. It means so much to me when people say things like this, because it's not something that I expected. Yesterday, we had our afternoon or evening live stream, and it was very emotional for me. People coming on camera and sharing their stories, and it's just nice to know that we're doing it together. Many people, they underestimate the power of community. They underestimate the power of knowing that you're not alone. And that's literally what I've been doing since I've been doing this. You've seen it on my live streams, especially at the very beginning, when I would take, and this is how I would do it. I would take my timer like this, whether I was like 40 hours in or 90 hours in, and I'd be like, you are not alone. You're not alone. We're doing this together. And I still say it. Today's day 711. I've been doing this for a long time. So for people to think, why me? Why me? Why do I have to fast? It's like, hey, Tommy's doing it. Your boy's doing it. So Tommy, thank you for sharing with us. It's great advice too, to be like, hey, this is just life. It's going to happen. We're going to have some good days. We're going to have some bad days. But if we can continue to show up and roll with it, you're going to learn, you're going to grow. And that's the entire point of this. It's practicing imperfect consistency. It's reminding yourself that, hey, I don't have to throw away the day, the week, the month. And I've done it. I've thrown away not just a day or a week or a month. I've thrown away years. You've all seen it when I left YouTube for 2+ years. I threw away so much during that time. I locked myself in my apartment for over 2 years. That's how bad things got for me at one point. Tommy, thank you again. Thank you again. Deja says, binged bad yesterday. And this is what I mean about sharing the good with the bad. This sounds like a difficult moment for Deja. Deja says, made homemade yogurt for the kids. Taste testing went horribly wrong. I literally ate an entire quart of yogurt. It wasn't even sweet. It was just plain yogurt. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened either. But as I'm reading this, I just think about, maybe you were hungry. Maybe you were truly hungry. Maybe the temptation was too much. Maybe you were triggered by something else. Maybe you just decided to take a small taste and then it set things off. Or maybe you just don't know. Because even for me, sometimes I don't know why I do some of the things I do. I don't know why I overeat sometimes. It happens. But it takes a lot for you to share this as well, because this is an opportunity to have a discussion about it, to actually talk about it. And I mean, only you truly know what happened during that time or what set you off then. I know for me, if I'm preparing food for other people and I'm fasting, I don't think I could do it. I think that would be too difficult for me. Deja says, calorie-wise, it wasn't bad, but I'm calling it a binge because of the loss of control. And, I mean, everyone's definition of a binge is different. And for you, losing control in this way, I look at it as, when was the last time you lost control? And do you think your loss of control has gotten better over time? Has your loss of control gotten better as you've been showing up and sharing? And if it has, I look at that as a win. I mean, even for you to say it was yogurt and it was plain and it wasn't even sweetened. And okay, you might have eaten a quart, but I also look at this as it could have gone worse than that. For me, eating one thing and then saying, oh, fuck it, would then mean eating a ton of other food. And it doesn't sound like that's what you did here. Yeah, it really doesn't, because Deja says I'm only up a pound. At least it wasn't super carb heavy to ruin my carnivore, but I'm doing some inner work today to see why that happened. Then moving on. And this is what I'm talking about. This is somebody showing up. This is somebody really trying to think about what got me in this place and how do I deal from it? And, maybe the only other thing, Deja, is I know you're talking about doing carnivore, and maybe the other question is maybe the restriction is too much now. Maybe it isn't. And again, only you know. I just say these things because these are things that I'll usually ask people when I'm coaching them. Please keep us posted, Deja. And right, even Deja says here, I still got my workout in. I still got my workout in yesterday and today to not completely throw it away. And I look at that as a huge win, because what you're doing for yourself is you're putting those calories to work. You're taking advantage of those extra calories that you put in. So why not? It's exactly what I do when I refeed or I overeat or I eat 10,000 calories. I tell myself I might as well put those calories to use. Deja, thank you for sharing with us. I know it probably wasn't easy then or even now, but I know you're going to come through this on the other side. I know many of us can and will, just by showing up. Thank you for sharing. Happy Bunny says day 20. Happy Bunny, you're almost 3 weeks into this. I love that Happy Bunny shares pretty much their daily journey and how things are going, and also shares a lot about how they're feeling mindset wise. Feeling okay, a big improvement from day one. Exactly what I mean. Showing up, doing this every day. Went to the gym this morning, walked 50 minutes, split in 2 sessions, 3.3 miles. My personal best. Congrats, Happy Bunny. I mean, think about it. It was what, not even a week ago, when you were deathly afraid to go to the gym, or you couldn't even understand why you weren't going. I covered the screen today. I think it helped. I've seen people do that. I love that for you. I tried to do kettlebells and it felt so embarrassing. I just went back to the treadmill. I've been that way as well. You're also talking to somebody who's never done any gym stuff until recently. So even with the kettlebells, I'm wondering, were they too heavy? Did the form look off? Did you do a little research beforehand? My guess is you did, but maybe it's just trying it again. If it felt off or felt weird, then maybe it's the lighter weight. Maybe it's even just doing it at home without even a real kettlebell, and just seeing if your form is right, and looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing, like, yeah, this seems right. This feels good. So you went back to the treadmill, came back, had a green apple cucumber, mint, and honey smoothie. There you go. It's not my fave, but it's like a vitamin. I mean, remember too, you want to make this sustainable. So if it's not your favorite, I'm sure you can modify it. I'm sure you can find ways to enjoy something that is still nutrient dense. Thank you for sharing with us. Okay, let me just see. Kevin says 112 hours of 155-hour fast. Congrats, Kevin. Almost there. Almost there. Kevin's been really pushing these 100+ hour fasts. I love that for you. Thank you for sharing with us. Aisha says, I'm up 4 pounds from yesterday's refeed. My morning weight today was 188. I think I ordered a little too much food from the vegetarian place. I felt bloated, but still went on a 30-minute walk afterward. I mean, even for you to share this, Aisha, 4 pounds, it doesn't sound like a lot from what your refeed weights were previously. And you know that maybe you had a little too much. So the next time when the next refeed happens, kind of temper whatever that looks like and try again. At the same time, you're still getting a ton of progress with what you're doing. So I wouldn't beat yourself up too much. I mean, I'm guessing you're not. And you're still taking care of yourself afterwards. Remember, sometimes for many of us, it's the action that happens after. It's what happens after you have a bad day. It's what happens after you overate. It's what happens after if you didn't get your workout in. Those are the moments that count. Are you able to show up for yourself? Are you able to be aware of what you're doing? Are you able to reflect, to really look back and reflect at the things you're doing and think to yourself, okay, why did this happen? How can I move forward from here? What will I do next? A lot of those things matter. Instead of, okay, now I'm just going to fast again for 10 days, 15 days. There are other ways to handle this. Thanks for sharing with us, Aisha. Steph says 41 and a half hours into my open-ended fast. I love that for you, Steph. Thank you for sharing with us. Just got finished with lunch rush at work. Do you work in the food industry? Is that what you're saying? Just got finished with the lunch rush at work? Are you serving food? I can only imagine having to be around food while in the middle of a fast. But congrats, Steph. Congrats on 41 and a half hours in. Please keep us posted. Let us know. I know you're keeping it open-ended, so you'll have to keep us posted tomorrow as well. Peace to All says, I had to break my fast at 30 hours as I've been put on medication for a week that needs to be taken with food. Okay. Number one, congrats on 30 hours fasted. I love that for you. Two, this is very common. A lot of people I coach end up going on antibiotics and they're like, Jerome, I can't fast. I have to take this every day, 3 times a day, once a day, whatever that might be. And my usual response to that is, okay, so you're not going to fast as long. Maybe you're just fasting for 14 hours, 12 hours even. Maybe it's 16 hours. But then the real challenge is, what are you going to do with all those calories you're taking in? Are you going to make mindful decisions? Are you going to eat clean? Are you going to prioritize something like protein? Are you going to prioritize something like higher nutrient-dense foods? Because those things matter. Are you going to get extra steps in? Are you going to maybe get an extra strength training session in? Are you going to get good sleep? A lot of important things that you can do outside of just fasting. And I know you know that, Peace to All. So sorry that you have to be on meds for a week, but you can also look at it as, this is a week that I get to eat more, but also a week where I get to really work on my other weight loss levers. Keep us posted, Peace to All. Thank you for sharing. Almadas says, I forgot to restart the timer. Why is that? It happens, but I mean, I've done it, but usually when I restart my timer, then I just adjust the time and be like, yeah, I think I stopped eating at around this time. So if that's something you can do, you can always do that too. Today was a nice stable day. Nothing exciting on the scale, still some weight, but no hunger and no cravings. Clothes okay. A win, still a big win. I walked again today with a friend, a good day overall. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is imperfect consistency. Some people might be here right now and might have this in their head and they're like, why is Jerome just talking about this? Why doesn't he just talk about fasting for 4 days like he did before? And here's my response to anybody who's watching this and thinks that. Nobody's telling you to not push a long fast. Nobody's telling you to not give it your all. Nobody is saying that. If you want to push a long fast, do it. When people come to me and they come for coaching and they tell me they want to do a 30-day fast, a 40-day fast, and I will always say, if you can healthily do it, if you can feel good doing it, if you can function like a normal human being, do it. That part you don't need me for. If you need me to talk to you about fasting for multiple days on end, you can go to multiple other channels that will share that. Right now, I fast every other day. Right now, I do ADF. Right now, I'm at around the lowest weight I've been in a while. because I've learned to work on other weight loss levers as well. Not that I won't push a long fast every now and then. I'm very capable at doing that. But these are the small wins that many of us forget about. These are many of the small wins that we overlook, we take for granted because we think it's not good enough. And that's usually the downfall for many of us. Because remember, fasting is a very extreme thing to do. You're eating 0 calories, of course, it's on the extreme end. It's the all part that we have in our heads. Push hard, give it your all. Do it. You want to fast for a week? Do it. If you can healthily do it, do it. But what happens when you can't? What happens when you don't have that motivation to do that? That's where these small wins come into play. Thank you for sharing with us, Almadas. And I'm sorry if I'm missing anyone. Hopefully I'm not. I'm trying to read through everything here. Mandla says, hello, everyone. Hoping you're good. I am good. Hopefully everyone else is too. Today is day 16 of ADF. Congrats, Mandla, on getting your ADF down. That's over 2 weeks now. It's a fasting day. However, I had to modify the fast and consumed about 150 calories of veggies and a boiled egg. I felt tired today. Mandla, thank you for sharing this, because here is another thing to talk about, because I know some people might read this and be like, that's not a fast. Well, that breaks everything. Listen, for many of us, we have to find ways to keep working on our journey. So for people who have something against this, what is the answer here? Should Mandla just go ahead and eat 2,000, 3,000 calories then? Or if this helps Mandla prolong her fast so she can put herself in a caloric deficit to continue losing weight, why not take that opportunity to do so? Remember, no shame, no guilt, no embarrassment. Nobody's telling you to do this. Kudos and respect to you, Mandla, for sharing with us, because this is also an opportunity for people who might have no experience with fasting to be like, I didn't know I could do this. Of course you can. You can try different things. Mandla also doesn't have to do this every single time. Mandla has been doing cleaner fasts, 0 calories, and just because one day of ADF becomes a minimal caloric intake day doesn't mean that it doesn't count. Doesn't mean that it isn't worth something. Thank you for sharing with us and knowing that you are listening to your body, saying, I felt tired. I feel tired. I don't know if I can push any longer. So maybe I'll break, or maybe I will try something like keeping my calories super low and see if I can push then tomorrow to go a little longer, still put myself at a huge caloric deficit, and then break normally the next day. Thank you for sharing us. Thank you for sharing with us, Mandla. I appreciate the honesty in what you're doing and showing other people that you can do other ways of fasting or show them other methods of fasting. Thank you for sharing with us. Just scrolling down here, seeing if anyone else shared. Sheila says 40 hours. I want to break. Needed this live. Sheila, congrats on 40 hours. I can't remember. How long are you going for? But congrats to you on being 40 hours in. And I hope that this live stream helps you keep going. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I love reading the chat here just because I know I was asking about Halloween costumes, and I love that we can have more of a conversation outside of just fasting all day, every day. D'Angelo says, the holidays are here. I'm trying to fast for 4 days a week and 3-day eating windows between 2 and 6 p.m. D'Angelo, keep us posted. Let us know how that goes. My advice to you, maybe you've heard me say this before, but I will always share this. Yes, the holidays are here. I don't know if you're trying to get into a certain weight before those holidays. I know a lot of people might be in that mode right now, while other people might be on the complete opposite end. And they might be saying, whoa, it's Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. So let's just start next year. So I love that you are trying to take care of yourself in the best way that you can. But my only advice to you is, if you're not able to go 4 days and you only go 3, you only go 2, you only go 1, you break, you keep your refeed clean since you probably didn't fast for as long as you wanted to, and then you go again. No shame, no guilt, no embarrassment about what you're doing. Please keep us posted. I like your plan. It sounds good. As long as you can healthily do it, let us know. You want extra accountability? Show up. Come back tomorrow. Let us know how you're doing on your journey. And even if it doesn't go according to plan, let us know what you did instead. That is how you grow. That is how you learn. That is how you build your fasting muscle. That is how you learn how to work your other weight loss levers outside of just straight up fasting. Thanks for sharing with us, D'Angelo. Okay, we're almost 40 minutes in and I haven't even gotten into my nerd stats just yet. So I will try to maybe read a couple more here and then start going into my journey. Sid says on day 4 of a 30-day water fast, the hunger died down quite a bit, been using Coke Zero and cold brew along with water. And again, this is a really good opportunity for people who think that fasting has to only be water and only electrolytes or only X, Y, and Z. This is how I would typically fast, even during my 90s, even during my 168s, is I would occasionally have a Coke Zero or a Diet Coke. And in fact, I had pretty much an iced cold black coffee every day. No guilt, no shame, no embarrassment, because if you want to clean it up later, you can always do that. Congrats to you on being 4 days in, Sid. You'll have to keep us posted. And just like I told D'Angelo, whether it's 30 days or 28 days, keep us posted. Let us know. No shame in what you're doing. All that means is you need to keep working on your other weight loss levers as well. But thank you for sharing your experience with us. Really motivated now that I'm not craving food all the time. I love that for you. Keep us posted, Sid. Congrats. Okay. There's so much chat. I am trying to see if there's anything else I need to put up here. Sharika says, I'm fasting today, but I have a headache due to the stress of my job. I came on this live to help me not break my fast, using the headache as the excuse. So first of all, it sucks having a headache. And also the stress of your job, I'm sure it doesn't help at all. Are you taking anything for your headache? Have you tried a 0-calorie drink to at least get you through that? Have you tried taking some electrolytes? Or do you think the headache is due solely from stress? Whatever you end up doing, Sharika, you at least are showing up to say, hey, this is where I'm at right now. I'm going to push for as long as I can. Hopefully this will help me. If it doesn't, remember to have a backup plan. Remember to know what to do next. Are there other things you can do to help yourself push forward? Please let us know. And I'm sure other people in chat are probably helping you out right now. But if you haven't, please also share some advice of what helps you get through it, especially for some of you who get a headache. Are there things that you do to help you get out of that? Keep us posted, Sharika. Thank you for sharing with us. Hopefully the headache goes away sooner rather than later. Did I miss something here? Jacques. Oh, goodness. Jacques has been throwing these support or the additional support lately. Jacques with a $5 super chat. Jacques, thank you for the support. Jacques says, so far, 88 hours fasting, 12 more to go. Jacques, you're at the finish line. You are at the finish line. Still difficult for me to sleep. It is maybe because I'm not used to sleeping with an empty stomach. It's possible. I know we talked about the sleep yesterday as well. How much sleep are you getting? When you say you're having trouble sleeping, are you Are you getting even like 4 hours, or is it way less than that? But I guess at the same time, you're so close, Jacques. You've pushed through this far, and hopefully when you hit your 100, you'll break, you'll refeed, and then you'll get your sleep. I wonder why that happens for many people, why that becomes an issue. Wow, Jacques says it's 3 hours. 3 hours. That's tough. That's a hard place to be in. And that's where my other advice will always be, hey, if it's too difficult, if you can't function, if things like sleep is being affected this poorly, then maybe it's a sign to break. I'm not telling Jacques to break at all, because Jacques, again, is at the finish line. But I just want you to remember this for next time. Keep working on it. Maybe next time you push another 100, maybe it'll be easier. Maybe you'll figure out the sleep part. But this is how all of us who are here, this is how we learn, and this is how we grow, by performing trial and error, by trying things out, by seeing, okay, this works, this doesn't. I get triggered when I do X, Y, and Z. I feel fuller when I eat X, Y, and Z on my refeed. Showing up, it plays such a huge role. Jacques, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to try to scroll back up here and see if I can find my place. Oh goodness, I don't know if I'm going to find my place. Maybe not. Okay, I think I lost my place, but it's okay. So I'll just try to maybe read a couple other ones that maybe I didn't read. Bad Mash says, lost 3 kilograms in the first week fasting, worth an average fast of 16 hours. Bad Mash, congrats. And again, this is another example of somebody not pushing a super long fast, but still finding results. Bad Mash, I love that for you. Continue working on building your fasting muscle. Continue working on your other weight loss levers outside of just fasting. I love that for you, Bad Mash. Thank you for sharing with us. I know I need to move on and start sharing my nerd stats, but if you have anything you want to share specifically, if there's something I missed, please feel free to re-say it or re-ask. If I'm able to share while I'm sharing my nerd stats, I will go ahead and I'll do that. But we're already 45 minutes in. I need to get into my journey. So today is Thursday, October 16th. We're already halfway past October. Today is day 711 of my journey. Has it been a perfect 711 days? Has it been a perfect nearly 2-year run? Of course it hasn't. It has been a combination of good days and bad days, but I've had a lot of good days, and those good days outweigh the bad days. And for me, that's what makes all the difference. For you, the same thing. Think about the bad day that you might be having right now. Think about the bad day that you just had recently, the bad day that you had a couple weeks ago. And for those who have had a bad day a couple weeks ago or a month ago, some of you won't even remember it. Some of you are probably scratching your head right now and you're like, I don't really remember. Because why? It's a small blip in the road, a small blip on the radar. You will have bad days. You will get over them. You will, if you stay accountable, if you stay aware of what you're doing, you will have good days that will outweigh the bad days. Because you don't see me here harping over all the bad days I've had. I'll share it when I'm going through it. I'm honest about it. I don't run away from it. But they happen so rarely at this point. I come to accept it. That's accepting imperfection in a different way. In the last 85 days of my journey, I have been doing a mix of alternate day fasts, 90-hour fasts, 65-hour fasts, fasts where I'm only doing 16 or 18 and eating back-to-back days. But in these last 85 days, I have continued to lose weight and keep the weight off. Why? because I take the good with the bad. On days where I'll eat 7,500 calories, yeah, that happened. 9,500 calories, yeah, that happened. But those days happen so rarely that the alternate day fasting, the 90-hour fasts, the days where I keep my calories under 3,000, the days where I strength train and get my steps in, all of those moments outweigh the small, bad, rough, whatever you want to call it, days. And that's why the weight has continued to stay off. That's why the weight continues to move itself down. I am currently 4 rounds of ADF down, and I'm currently working on round number 5. I mean, I showed this earlier, but I'm almost 19 hours fasted at this point. And I am not eating today. Today is a full fasting day. Today, I am not going to be thinking about food. Today, I am only focused on work and my workout that I had earlier this morning, my language learning, and well, that's pretty much my life. That's pretty much what I do. And getting out of here after work and relaxing at home. Why am I not eating today? Because I ate a good amount yesterday. I refed yesterday. And here's the thing. I did a little something different yesterday on my refeed. And the refeed was pretty similar, but I actually recorded myself eating a good amount, and I haven't done this in a while. And I will eventually post this on YouTube, maybe tomorrow, but I want to share with you all what my refeed looked like in a more production type way. It isn't anything super fancy. It's just, I know that I typically show you what my refeeds look like. I've been showing you what my refeeds look like now for almost the last almost 3 months at this point. I've literally been filming everything I've been eating. So I'm going to go ahead and share my refeed with you in a more polished way, but a disclaimer to anyone in here right now. Yes, you're about to see me eat for the next 3 or 4 minutes, something like that, however long I edited the video for. So if you get triggered by the way I eat or how I eat, or if you get triggered by watching people eat, I would take a second and probably skip the next 5 minutes or so. So I'm just putting this disclaimer out there right now because I'm about to show my refeed. So we'll go ahead. Bought this new camera. I'm going to rewind it, and all right, here we go. I'm going to be a little quiet at this point. So that is not a really good starting shot, but that's okay. Here we go. All right, I bought this new camera. I'm just testing it out. I am breaking my fast at 44 hours and almost 34 minutes. And I'm going to be breaking with, trying to look at this screen, this big bowl of Brussels sprouts, as you can see here. I also have balsamic vinegar. I can't see the screen anymore, so hopefully it shows properly. It's about a pound of Brussels sprouts. See how roasted? This is a bowl of ground chicken and mushrooms. This is taco seasoned ground chicken. I haven't tried it before. It's not bad. It is very low in calories. It's like 100 calories per 85 grams. So I could eat a pound of this. It'd be like 500 calories. Mushrooms with garlic. I'll be eating this with rice later, but just trying to get my protein in. It's pretty good. It's actually really good. This is a bowl of white rice and stewed tomatoes and the ground chicken. It's pretty good. I know it's taco season, but I will always go with rice over any other kind of carb vessel. Well, except corn. Corn's really good. Speaking of corn, I just figured might as well add it into the bowl of tomatoes and taco meat. It's like a Chipotle bowl. Actually, it's really good. All right, I have 3 bananas here. These are very ripe and they're gonna go bad, and maybe I will eat all 3, but I guess we'll see. Ripe bananas are my favorite, but the only bad thing is when there's too many. Okay. We'll do all 3. I still have 3 more. Hopefully they make it for 2 more days. Actually, I saved a good amount of calories because that ground chicken was super, super low calorie-wise, which is a good thing. After eating all that other food, like a pound of ground chicken, all that rice, a pound of Brussels sprouts, corn, stewed tomatoes, I just ate those 3 bananas in like 2 minutes. All right, I got this bowl of cottage cheese. This is about 330 grams. No fruits in it today. I forgot to buy blueberries. I'm only 55 minutes in my refeed. I'm gonna make dessert and I'll probably take time eating that, so it'll probably push my refeed a little longer. But for people who wonder how quickly I eat, I mean, it's just like that. And I was trying to pace that too, so it's not like I was trying to rush it. This is my dessert. This is a bowl of sugar-free Jello pudding, protein Fairlife milk, protein powder. What am I missing here? Canned pumpkin. So this is my version or a substitute of pumpkin pie. You all know, or if you've been watching me for a while, pumpkin pie is my absolute favorite thing to eat, and this is just a higher protein version of me trying to get something out of this, or to get that pumpkin pie taste. This is also topped with Biscoff cookies. You know those cookies you get on an airplane? That's exactly what is crumbled up in this. Sometimes it's Biscoff, sometimes I use digestive tea biscuits. Just depends on my mood and what's on sale. There's also pumpkin pie spice in here. It's good. It's not pumpkin pie, but it's a good substitute. It has a lot more protein. And it'll do for now. I haven't made a video like that in a minute. I don't know if some of you know. I mean, I work as a social media marketer and I edit videos for a living. I work as a professional photographer, and I kind of miss that creative part of me, but I've just been so busy that I haven't had time. And so I had fun making that. And I think I'm actually going to start taking videos like that, and I'll start posting it as regular videos on my channel. I don't know, it's fun. But that was my refeed yesterday. And here's the thing about that refeed. What ended up happening is I ended up, you know, those cookies that were in that pumpkin pudding, whatever you want to call it, that I make, I ended up eating, I think, was it 4 more packs of those cookies? It's like 2 Biscoff cookies. You ever get those cookies on the airplane and they have 2 cookies in a pack? I think I ate 6 packs total yesterday. And why? I don't know, because they're good and they are addicting in that way. And sometimes it's hard for me to control. But here's the thing, no shame about it, no guilt about it. I'm not embarrassed that I did it. I wanted them and I gave myself the opportunity to have them. And even though I had 6 packs, I didn't eat all of them, which is something I would have been capable of doing, which is something I'm capable of doing right now. I didn't order Grubhub. I didn't order DoorDash. I didn't go to drive-through. I didn't say, well, you're over your calories. You might as well eat everything now. That part of me, I feel like it's not completely gone, but that part of me feels a lot more controlled than where it used to be. So even with that being said, I just want to share with you all, that's not the right screen. There's the right screen. If you look at the very bottom, yesterday was the 15th of October. That was a total of 3,165 calories and 195 grams of protein. That is actually very close to my goal of under 3,000 calories. I ate a lot of those cookies, and I feel like the calories were so much lower because it was ground chicken, and ground chicken was like super, super low in calories. To me, that's kind of like a hack. Finding something that, I mean, the truth is that was very lean meat. And because it's lean meat, the calories are so much lower, which gives me more volume to eat. I had the chance to eat a lot more volume, which gave me the opportunity to eat a little more cookie-wise. Now, is eating a bunch of cookies the best solution to use those calories? No, of course it isn't. But I still hit my protein, still over 190 grams. So again, I take that as a win. And here's the thing as well. If we look at my refeed weights, last night after I ate all of that food, the pound of ground chicken, the pound of Brussels sprouts, the mushrooms, the tomatoes, 3 bananas, the whole big dessert, 6 packs of cookies, the cottage cheese, and whatever else I might be missing from what you saw there. My weight that I gained after that refeed yesterday was 3.8 pounds. 3.8 pounds. I usually will gain anywhere between 4 and 6 pounds, sometimes more than that. Now, did I gain 3.8 pounds of fat? Of course I didn't. I only ate 3,200 calories. So that's not even a pound of fat. A lot of that extra weight is water, it's waste, it's glycogen. And one of the reasons I know that is, well, the math just doesn't math out with the calories I've eaten. But also, if you look at what's highlighted in green, you'll see me lose 4, 5, 6 pounds after fasting for just 24 plus hours. And that's exactly what's going to happen tomorrow. I can almost guarantee it. Why? Because I have been taking these stats for over 700 days. I know what my body does after a 24 plus hour fast. I flush a lot of that water out. So this morning I weighed in at right around 145 pounds. And I know that tomorrow I'll probably be closer to around 140 pounds. I am knocking on the door of 130 or the 130s. So I was very happy with yesterday's refeed. Yes, I wish I didn't eat 6 packs of Biscoff cookies, but I was still within just a little bit over my 3,000 calorie limit that I give myself, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I didn't end up binging. I didn't end up going crazy. That was just me saying, okay, enjoy it. Move on with your life. It's going to be fine. You are doing everything you need to do because, like I said, it's not like I went overboard the entire night. And then when I woke up this morning, it's not like I said, well, that was a total waste. Might as well not go for my walk, because I did. I woke up this morning, went for a 40-minute walk, went to the gym, lifted heavy. I always take the opportunity to lift heavy after a heavy refeed. And then I walked another 40 minutes and I got my cardio in, I got my strength training in, I put my calories to use. I took advantage of the calories I ate. And here we are now, 19 plus hours fasted, and fasting for the entire day to push another alternate day fast for tomorrow. End of story. That's it. I move on from here. So if we look at my last 40 refeeds now, in my last 40 refeeds, my average refeed time keeps moving itself down. I'm a little under 5 hours at this point. My average calories per refeed right at around 4,000. My average protein per refeed right at 210. Before I can even continue on, EJ just donated 5 Australian. EJ, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the donation. EJ says 120s back on track. First couple of days were tough. I know they were for you, EJ, but I'm so proud of you. I appreciate you showing your accountability and sharing with everyone here as well. EJ and I continue to work together. EJ has killed it doing 120s back to back to back. And even when EJ falls off, he understands that he just needs to get back up and push again. And hopefully understands that I will always continue to remind EJ to work on the other weight loss levers outside of just fasting as well. But congrats, EJ, on getting through and pushing towards another 120. EJ has been killing it with these. EJ's very similar to me, very, very good at fasting, knows how to really push that fasting lever. I just want to remind you, EJ, because I know you're watching. Let's keep working on the other levers as well. I love that for you, EJ. And thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay. So where am I at here? I lost my place. Here we go. It's more than just fasting. This has taken me a long time to realize, but I now implement so much more when it comes to my journey. This is about mindful eating. It's about my cardio. It's about my strength training, good sleep, good mental health. What do I mean by good mental health? I'm talking about exactly what I was saying earlier. Why do I eat this way? Am I eating because I'm stressed or triggered? Am I truly hungry, or is it something else? These are things I continue to work on myself with. My daily step average is close to 16,000 steps per day. Yesterday's step count, I didn't even hit my 15,000, but I'm not beating myself up about it. I also told myself, hey, it was a rainy day, take a break. You don't need to get 15,000 steps every day as long as you're reaching your goals. That goal is to I'm above my goal anyway, so I'm still there. Strength training wise, the following morning after a refeed, that was no different today. Like I said, I woke up this morning, went for about a 40-minute walk, lifted heavy, went and finished my walk and just kept moving throughout my day. I practice something called the 80-20 rule. What is the 80-20 rule? That is when I give myself the opportunity to, how can I say this? There are days where I look at my journey as an 80-20 split. 80% of the time, I am fasting. 80% of the time, I am keeping my calories in check. 80% of the time, I'm getting my steps in. I'm strength training. I'm doing all the things I should be doing. In the last 85 days, I have had 72 80% days as I have been tracking this. The majority of my time has been 80%. Now, if you look at my 20% days, these are the days when I'm out with friends, I'm going to a party, I'm going on vacation, I'm out for a long weekend. These 20% days are very high calorie wise. If you see here, 5,900 calories for my 20% days. But look at how often 13 have been 20% days. It's a small amount when I'm having days like this. This is where the good days outweigh the bad. And because of that, that's what keeps me to keep the scale down. That's what gives me mental relief to have these 20% days and tell myself that not every day has to be super strict or has to be completely insane in that way. Not that you can't have those days or weeks or longer than that. I just know that it's good for me to give myself a little balance with what I'm doing. So I have now made a couple extra slides here just to give you an idea of what my goal is for the month of October. And that goal isn't a fasting goal. That goal is to put myself at a big enough caloric deficit to lose 3 pounds of body fat, which is about 10,500 calories. If you look here for the very first week of October, if you look at what's highlighted, all I'm trying to do is to get to 10,500. That's my only goal. If you look at the very beginning of this journey, you'll see I wasn't on day number 1 when I refed. It took me out of my goal. I was actually above. And you'll see as the days go by, the deficit continues to grow from 1,600 deficit to 3,300 deficit. And then as we move into week 2, you'll notice 4,100 calorie deficit, 5,000 calorie deficit, 5,900 calorie deficit. And if you look 2 days ago, my calorie deficit was at 6,800, which is almost 2 pounds of body fat down. Yesterday, I had my refeed. So of course that number is going to push itself back up a little bit. But as I continue to do ADF, I will keep chipping away at that deficit. I will hit my 10,509 calorie deficit goal. So that's currently where I'm at and what I've been doing. Those are all my nerd stats for today. So we'll go ahead and we will do Fit Check. If any of you are wondering what Fit Check is, that's where I will stand back here and I will show you what I look like physically. Why do I do that? That's my accountability. That's my transparency. That's me sharing what I look like so that I can't hide. So when I have a very big refeed day, I tell myself, you get to have a big refeed day. You get to eat what you want. But remember, you're still going to have to show up for everyone and let people know this is where you're at and what you're doing and how you're feeling. So that's what Fit Check is for me. So whether I'm feeling super lean or like a day like today, where I'm up around 4.5 pounds, I still want to make sure I show up for myself and for all of you. Okay. I was just trying to remember how I say this. I have been overweight my entire life. I have been, even in childhood, and I see Elle throwing up this exact emoji. Even as a child, I've been overweight. My adolescent years, overweight. During my teenage years and in my 20s, I was already obese and morbidly obese. I see Shauna and Mandla throwing up the Fit Check emoji as well. So I have been like this pretty much my entire life. This is not new for me. I've been like this since my 20s, my 30s, my 40s. Pretty much my entire life. As I talk to you all now at 44 years old, I have been this way forever. And I share that because I want you to understand that I didn't gain this weight recently. This has been something that I have been struggling with for my entire life. And the reason I share those photos is so that you understand that I'm talking to you now with that weight lost. And I have kept it off now for almost 2 years, naturally, not through medication, not through injections, not Ozempic or GLP-1, not through weight loss surgery, nothing like that. Naturally, through fasting and working on my habits, implementing good, healthy habits, and eliminating or minimizing bad, toxic, unhealthy habits. Again, I share this with you all, not that I share this with you all because I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't take your medication or you shouldn't consider GLP-1 or Ozempic or Wegovy or Mounjaro or whatever else they're called, Zepbound. I'm trying to remember the other names. I'm not saying that weight loss surgery isn't something that you shouldn't look into, but I say all these things so that you understand, as somebody who thought, for me, I thought I had no way out. I thought there was nothing I could ever do for myself, especially in my 40s, where I said, there's no way I'm going to be able to lose this weight. I've never lost it. I've been like this since I was a kid. How can I? And here I am today, able to do it because I have changed a lot of my habits. That's really what it comes down to when you really get to the root of things. So maybe for you, that's what it takes. Maybe for you, you're realizing, well, if Jerome can do it in his 40s, then maybe I can start working on my habits and see if it's something that I can overcome or I can beat. Okay, that's my spiel when it comes to that. We'll go ahead, we'll do fit check. I'm currently wearing a boys extra large shirt. Why do I wear boys shirts? Why do I wear kids shirts? Because I'm only 5'3". I'm very short. I'm also wearing boys pants. The nice thing about wearing boys clothes is that it's very cheap. And usually adult clothes are very long, especially with how small I am now. They'll like go down to close to my knees. So front shot. Side. Rear. Side. And this is me today, 4.5 pounds up. So I am a little bloated today. I do feel it today, but it's not awful. You can see here, this is usually where I hold the remainder or maybe the majority of my fat, I feel like. It is a combination of definitely belly fat and loose skin. How much is loose skin and how much is belly fat? I don't know just yet. I do feel like I have somewhere between 8 and 12 pounds of body fat left, excess body fat to lose. And it's one of the reasons that I'm putting myself at a caloric deficit. It's one of the reasons that I am continuing to build muscle. Because think about that as well. I could be losing belly fat. I could be losing excess body fat. And I could also be building muscle. And the scale is not going to show me what I wanted to see, which is a lower weight. And that's why I'm telling you right now, I do not care about what the scale says. I care more about, am I going to look good in these smaller shirts? Am I going to continue to have excess belly fat? Because for me, that's all I really care about at this point. I played around with those numbers for too long until I realized, wait, this is more than just a number. This is about, hey, how do I actually look? Do I feel good? Do I have energy? Am I getting good blood work at the doctors? Remember your non-scale victories and how important they are. Okay. So at this point, I will answer any questions. I will answer questions. If you have anything that you want to share that I haven't been able to say or highlight, please feel free to share and I will highlight what I can. In the meantime, while you might be asking questions, and I know people are in chat, I know people were commenting specific things and I just haven't had a chance because I know we're already an hour plus into it. I just wanted to make sure I get everything I needed to share. But in the meantime, for anybody who's wondering, if you're looking for additional help when it comes to fasting, weight loss, or accountability, you can go to finallyfasting.com. You can book a one-on-one session with me. We can put together a game plan and a strategy. Or for many people, I can hold you accountable. I work as an accountability partner. I work as an accountability coach. I want you to hit your goals. I want to be able to help you in the best way that I can. And for people that I've coached, hopefully you've experienced that as we've worked together. My goal is no different than all of our goals here, which is to be happy and healthy. So for any of you that would like to maybe see if accountability is right for you, finallyfasting.com. And for other people who might want to support me in a different way, if you want to, I guess that's what I was going to say. If you want to support me in a different way, you can click the link in the description of this live stream and you can be part of the Finally Fasting fam. What is the Finally Fasting fam? Well, it is a YouTube membership. If you are in chat right now, you see people with green highlighted in their name, and that is part of being in the membership. You'll also get your name at the beginning of these live streams. You get to use custom emoji like that fit check emoji that people are posting up in chat. And if you join the higher tier, you get to join us on our Wednesday group coaching accountability sessions. Yesterday, we had a group coaching session and it was great. It was very moving for me, and I know it was probably moving for others as well who were there yesterday. But it's not just me on camera. Other people will jump on camera. Other people will maybe get, maybe not put the camera on, but just talk. Other people will just still stay in chat, but it's a way to have an extra layer of accountability where we all have our own individual goals, but we continue to share our progress. So maybe that's something that you might be interested in. If it is, feel free to take a look at the link in the description of this live stream, or you can click the join button on YouTube. And I think that's all I know how to do it. I was coaching someone today and I know they were asking me how to join, and I don't know for sure because I can't join myself. So I'm not exactly sure, but that's it. So, okay. Let me scroll up here. Jion, hi, I see you. And Jion is right. It was so moving yesterday. It truly was, Jion. Thank you for joining us yesterday. It was great having you. So I'm going to scroll back up here. I'm going to try to read some comments or questions. I don't know how high I have to go up here. Let me see. I like that you guys enjoyed the refeed video. I will post up the full version maybe tomorrow. No, I mean, you watch the full version, but I'll probably add the clips of where I'm talking about what my weight was and all that. So, L says, I want to replicate your October deficit challenge for November. Is that something we could plan out during a one-on-one session? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because this is working really well for me that in November, I have a similar plan. But I can talk about that in November, but definitely L, please book some time, or even on the Wednesdays if you want to take some time. But I know that might take a little more time as well. So whatever you're comfortable with, L. Thank you for asking. Let me scroll down here. Aisha, thank you for the kind words. Jerome's looking slim and trim. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, peace to all. I see you sharing as well. I appreciate the kind words. I'm so bad at compliments in this way. I don't know how to, I'm not the best at taking them. Let me see. GYSD says, I really want to start tracking my own nerd stats. You should take that opportunity to do so. It would help me keep track of my October goals. I want to be 120 by 1120, but I love the lose pounds or fat concept. And, that's the way I really see it. Because remember, and I say this a lot, I haven't said it in a while, but we don't wear a sign around our neck that says, I weigh 144.6 pounds today. I didn't wear a sign around my neck yesterday that said I weigh 140.8 pounds. But we wear clothes that we like, or we wear clothes to hide things, right? And if you really think about it, if you want to, for people who obsess about the number on the scale, maybe it's time to really start. If you're going to obsess about something, obsess about the way your clothes fit. Do your clothes fit properly? What about that pair of jeans that you've been wanting to get into? Do you remember how good that felt being in there? And here's the thing, I'm not saying that vanity is everything, because it isn't. It isn't. And that's something that's hard for me to even accept, because that's been drilled in me for so long. I don't, I don't know if it's a Filipino thing, a family thing, but vanity is or has been a big thing. And I know it's not everything, but I also can't help myself sometimes. And so sometimes what matters are those non-scale victories instead of what the scale says. I keep pointing down because it's like I'm looking at the scale in that way. Chicano says, is there a reason why you don't prefer rolling 72s and why you always prefer to go longer? So Chicano, I have done a mix of everything. Why I don't prefer rolling 72s? So when I first started my journey, it's because I ate 7,000 calories per refeed. So if you do the math, right? If I eat 7,000 calories and I were to do a rolling 72, which is 3 days of fasting, I wouldn't lose weight. I could maybe lose weight, but I'd lose it super, super slow. That's why I was doing rolling 90s. That's why I was pushing a longer fast. Why am I not doing rolling 90s right now? Why am I just doing alternate day fasts at this point? Because I know that doing 65s or doing 90s, it's easy for me. I'm good at that. I don't have a problem doing that. I always have an issue with my refeed, with my volume of eating. And I cannot solve that issue by just fasting for long periods of time over and over and over. I could, but how am I ever going to get better at my eating, at my diet? So that's kind of why I do it. But also, and I said this yesterday, in all honesty, I get burnt out fasting for that long, over and over and over. As somebody who's been doing this now for almost 2 years, yeah, it's not always fun doing super long fasts over and over and over. So hopefully that helps, Chicano. And again, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do 72s or 90s or 65s or whatever that number is for you. But the real question for you is it something that you can do sustainably? Can you do it long term? Are you going to get burnt out? If you don't get a 72 down, will you throw the day away? Will you say, well, it was good while it lasted. Maybe I'll come back a week later when I have motivation to do 72s, when in reality, you could still do 16s, 23s, 36s, and not just throw everything away. And I'm not saying you specifically, I'm just saying in general. So hopefully that helps, Chicano. Aisha and Margaret from Facebook, exact same time. Aisha says, what time do you plan on live streaming tomorrow? Margaret says, what time is the live stream tomorrow? Let me take a look at my calendar really quick. What's tomorrow? Is tomorrow Friday already? Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow, I would say we'll maybe have an earlier one tomorrow. Tomorrow, maybe around 12:30 to maybe 1 p.m. Central tomorrow. So we'll do an earlier one tomorrow because I have some other work I need to finish. And yeah, I think that's good. I like that. So somewhere between 12:30 and 1 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you for the questions, Aisha and Margaret from Facebook. Appreciate that. Because now I was able to block the time off as well. Okay, let me see here if there are any other questions. Gion says, I thought of you all day, but ended up binging, but I'm fine. And Gion, you are fine. And if anything, it's just another day for you to practice what happens next. So I appreciate you sharing that. I mean, I don't want to. Okay, so Gion said I did eat the whole cake. It's just another opportunity, Gion, to keep working on what you're doing, to remind yourself that you can make small changes that you can have small wins, and that counts for something. It counts for a lot. Remember, you're changing this part. This is the part that's hard to change. And so for you to be able to change that, number one, you have to be aware, right? You have to be aware of what you're doing and show up for yourself. And you're doing that. You've been doing that now. But the second part here then too is, remember, you're changing your habits, right? You're working on breaking some of these habits like binging. And it doesn't mean that the binging is going to be solved tomorrow. But what it might mean for you is that you can make small steps where maybe the binge doesn't have to be as bad as it was the last time. And that even if you can make big steps, it doesn't mean that the next time it's going to be just as good. But like, as the way I see it is, if you are continuing to make small steps and make small changes, because here's the thing too, Gian, because for you, okay, maybe you ate the whole cake, but are you working on other things outside of just fasting and your diet? When you do eat before you have cake, are you eating good, healthy foods? Or is that something that you can change? Maybe it also means eating additional food before the cake comes. Because if you can eat additional food, maybe you won't eat the whole cake. There are ways of doing this. But thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing with us, Juan. Thank you for sharing with us. Uncle Reggie gifted another membership. Uncle Reggie, thank you so much for the continued support. Remember, if any of you got new memberships today, please thank Uncle Reggie. Can we throw some F's up or some other emoji that I have up there for Uncle Reggie? Uncle Reggie, thank you for the additional support. Thank you for gifting six memberships today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Uncle Reggie. Okay, let me scroll back up here. Gian, so you heard me say, so between 12:30 and 1 p.m. tomorrow. So that's earlier for you. I don't know if you're going to be up around that time. T asks, hi, do you recommend dry fasting? I did it for the first time on Tuesday, but had blood. That's a hard stop right there. First of all, if you're having blood in your urine, T, I would definitely go to the doctor. I don't even know if that's a symptom of dry fasting. I mean, I dry fast, but I only dry fast between 12 and 16 hours. If you're having issues like this, I would just go to the doctor immediately, because I don't think that's normal. And I don't even think that's an issue from fasting at all. I'm not a doctor. I can't give medical advice, but my only advice to you at this point is, hey, it's probably time to go to a doctor if you're experiencing something like that. As far as the fasting part, my recommendation for anyone is people can try it and see if it works, if they feel comfortable doing it. And if they don't, if they're having issues, if they are feeling weak or lethargic or have a headache or right, and they've pushed however long they can go, then it's time to break and then go again. But T, this looks like a completely different issue here. Please keep us posted. I want you to take care of yourself. I don't want you to put yourself in harm's way. Again, I'm not a doctor. I cannot give medical advice in that way. So that's definitely an issue, though, that you should probably look at. Thank you for sharing, though, T. Hopefully you feel better. L just gifted 5 memberships. L, thank you for the support. It's always L and Uncle Reggie. Listen, everyone, if you just got gifted a membership, please thank Uncle Reggie, thank L, because they just so kindly donated memberships today. Can we throw some F's up for L, or can we throw I was going to say, we could throw the clock emoji or this. Well, it's the same. I think I only have this one up here. Maybe I should add this one. Can we throw some F's up or clock emojis for L? L, thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Thank you for gifting another 5 to the everyone. I don't know who they go to. I know it randomly goes out. So thank you. Thank you for the support as always. I appreciate you so much. Thank you both. Thank you both. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. You guys are so kind. You guys are, I can't, I don't know how else to thank you except to keep doing this. So thank you again. You know what, Happy Bunny? I actually missed this because I know that you talked about TDEE earlier, and I think you were confused about TDEE. Listen, TDEE is very, very simple. So I'm going to see if I can share this with you. I'm going to see if I can do this live for you right now. Oops. Okay. Give me 1 second. Because I know Happy Bunny was talking about having an issue with TDEE and getting a little confused. And I want to see if I can help out with that, if I can at least put this up here correctly. Why is it's so slow right now? I don't know what's happening. It's not doing its thing. What is happening here? It's okay. Someone running upstairs. It's not working for me for some reason. But Happy Bunny, all I would recommend is to go to tdeecalculator.net, and all you need to do is plug in the numbers. And if you plug in the numbers, you'll get your TDEE, meaning how many calories you burn based on your activity level. And then that will give you an idea of how many calories you burn per day. And then if you want to put yourself at a deficit, it's just a matter of, okay, can I eat less calories? Can I fast for longer? It's just something to try. Because remember, none of this is completely 100% foolproof either. These are just rough estimates. It gives you an idea of how many calories your body is burning in a day. And then it's just working the numbers and working on how long you're fasting for. And you know what results look like. Results look like the scale going down. Results look like you fitting into smaller clothes, you looking slimmer, right? So hopefully that's helpful. If I can get this up later in the future, I'll maybe try to share that later. Chicano says, any solutions for keto rash? This is not something that I have any issues with. So anybody here in chat, if you want to share your advice when it comes to keto rash, because it is not something that I deal with. I've never had that issue. I always tell people I'm somewhat of an anomaly. In a way that, like, I don't really experience symptoms fasting. I can eat whatever I want after fasting, even for a week. I mean, even when I fasted for 11 or 12 days, I went out and ate whatever and I was fine. And again, I'm not saying people need to do what I do, but like, there's a reason I can still eat 6,000 calories, 7,000 calories. I don't have issues going to the bathroom. I don't have any gut issues. So I'm different in that way. And yeah, keto rash isn't something that I experience either. So you'll have to let me know though, if you figure it out. Chicano, did Gion just donated, and I have no idea, Gion, what this currency is called, but Gion just, and I know the color is, it means it's a higher donation. So Gion, thank you for the 10,000. I'm not sure what currency that is, but thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you, Gion. I also know that, you know, we talked yesterday, and I know that hopefully today it was a little helpful for you as well. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I feel bad as well that, you know, you're up so early to get on these lives. I mean, hopefully it's not too early for you right now. But again, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm just going to see if there are any other questions. Oh, this is a really good idea too from Almadas. Was the cake made by you? Maybe you can make it, or you can make a healthier version. It's also, that's a really great idea too, is to substitute what you eat, maybe with something healthier, maybe with even a different food that is still something you enjoy, but you also know it might not cause as much damage. That's a really great piece of advice, Almadas. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, Gion. I hope you got the time correct then for tomorrow. Yeah, and it probably is. It's about a 12-hour difference, so it would be very late in the evening. Thank you for sharing that, Cap Rising. I appreciate you sharing that. Morning, Eric. How's it going? Eric says, good morning, everyone. A bit surprised being up 0.7 kg this morning, but trusting the process. 112 hours into this flexible fasting adventure. Thank you for sharing with us, Eric. Don't fret. Don't worry about the weight pushing itself up. Right? You need to trust the process. I know you are. You said that exactly for yourself. You're 112 hours in. That's awesome. Right? Like even Aisha, who has stalled, knows that this is a thing. I have gone up in weight even through an extended fast, even while I was doing 168. So maybe your body's just holding onto water. You got this, Eric. Congrats on being 112 hours in. I love that for you. It is Elmatis. It's the family fasting teaching. Oh, it teaching me? It is. It is. Okay. I think that's it. Everyone. Okay. We're going to sign off of here. That's all I have for today. Hopefully you all enjoyed the refeed I shared today. I will repost that for tomorrow. If you didn't get a chance to see that refeed, I did add a little different production on there. So feel free to check that out. Otherwise, I will post a different version of that tomorrow. It'll have like a calorie count and all of that. It's what I used to do before. But anyway, before I go, I just want to thank everybody for being here. A very, very special thanks to Uncle Reggie, to Jacques, to EJ, to Elle, and to Gion. Thank you all for supporting me. Thank you for the additional donations. Thank you for gifting memberships to other people on here. You guys are so kind. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you to my Finally Fasting fam. For people who are members, thank you for supporting me in an additional way. You know I appreciate that. And thank you to all my regulars. Thank you for being here every day. Thank you for sharing your accountability with us. Thank you for sharing how things are going. Thank you for being kind and supportive to everyone in here. Remember, this is a community that I absolutely want to continue fostering. That's why when I say kind and supportive, that's all I'm looking for here. I have no room for anything else except for that. So with that being said, that's going to be it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully, continue to show your accountability, continue to show where you're at, whether good or bad. So I'm going to do my obligatory wave and we'll do this again tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone. I'm going to go catch the train. So I'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone.